of you think because your family had cancer, you're going to have cancer. That's not necessarily true. Some of you have cancer because you haven't changed your recipe box. See, my wife and I have been passionately married for 33 years, and the reason I mentioned passionately, happily married for 33 years is because we have been, but we wrote a book about sex and romance. And I'm going to tell you right now, you want your body to be functioning optimally. Well, my wife's mother got cancer back in 1968. We made the choice that we were not going to eat the same recipe box that everybody in our family did. So I'm going to give you a formula right now on how you can eat a food every week that'll prevent you from having cancer. It's very simple. You get an apple and you cut it in half. A red apple. You put a little bit of water on the bottom of a pan, about a ½ inch of water or so, 3/8 of an inch, and you cut the apple up into segments. And then you put a clove in each segment. You saute that for 4 or 5 minutes, and then when it's like fork tender, while it's still warm, take the cloves out, put a little cinnamon on it, and you eat it. That promotes digestion. See, in Ayurvedic medicine, the cure, and Eddie, you know what we need? We have a little wind issue here. In Ayurvedic medicine, the big goal is to promote digestion. So the whole purpose of the sauteed apple is to improve digestion. That's one of the reasons why in Indian food they have curry. Okay. Now I don't know how many of you like broccoli, cabbage, or cauliflower, but if you want to prevent long-term cancer, especially you ladies, if you don't want breast cancer, cruciferous vegetables. You see in the notes I have written down there that they're an estrogen inhibitor. So I'm going to encourage all of you to eat broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts. I used to hate Brussels sprouts. If you were to go to my website, and I believe it's on your notes there on the back side, druglessdoctor.com, www.druglessdoctor.com, go to my cooking videos, you can actually see me cooking Brussels sprouts in the backyard. It's very simple. Saute some onions with the olive oil. Also throw a little bit of mushrooms with that. And then you throw the Brussels sprouts and cover it. Let it simmer for about 20 minutes or so. By eating either those Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cabbage, or cauliflower, you're going to inhibit the estrogen in your body. The extra estrogen is the issue. That'll be huge. Now there's something else in those foods. It's called sulfur. If any of you had your tonsils out, your tonsil is a storehouse for sulfur. Sulfur is important for your skin. If you don't have enough sulfur in your body, you're going to have joint pain, you're going to have skin issues. And that's why I encourage eggs, onion, and garlic. Eggs, onion, and garlic. Now I know that somebody in the group is saying, well, Dr. Bob, I don't want to eat eggs because of the cholesterol. Let me tell you right now. Now listen to this because you're just going to love this term. I come up with this term about 2 months ago. I would rather have you eat an egg a day than a torpedo of death every day. Do you know what a torpedo of death is? A chocolate-covered, cream-filled, sprinkle on top eclair. Now, a depth charge of death is a donut. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, you could eat an egg every day. You could eliminate sweets from your life, and I will guarantee you, if you eliminate sweets, like breakfast pastries and all those little things that people have a passion for, if you eliminate those foods from your life as much as you possibly can, add Dr. Bob's ABCs, and an egg with the yolk, which is the best part, by the way, your cholesterol will drop. Do you know what else egg yolks have in them? Vitamin D. You want the egg yolks for the vitamin D. Now, my wife and I, when we cook, yes, we have some leftovers. I'm going to encourage you not to have a lot of food left over in your refrigerator for a week because the nutritional value goes down. Let me prevent something from you all right now. I would not eat microwave food. I would not go to the grocery store and buy food that you have to warm up in a microwave with the plastic in it, because that plastic becomes estrogen inside of your body. You don't want that to happen. And I'm going to show you another food that you need to stay away from. Canned food. By the grace of God, my wife and I have not eaten a lot of canned food. Now, we eat some canned food, but if you look really close on the inside of a can, it has a film in it. That film is called BPA. It's a resin. When they pasteurize this can, what happens is the estrogen in the canned food goes into the food. Now, some of you ladies who have chronic breast tenderness and heavy menstrual flow, you can have a heavy menstrual flow that is so intense that you have to get ablation. Stop eating canned food. Just start eating fresh food. Fresh food that you can get over here from Trader Joe's or Heinen's. You want to get food that's fresh, or Nature's Been. Now, I have a couple other little items in here that I talked about on the TV the other day. You know that the average woman puts 150 different chemicals on her body every day? I would want you all to become label readers. You know the whole green movement that just recently came out? Start being aware of what cosmetics you put on your body. The average woman puts between 4 and 7 pounds of lipstick on her body every day. Be aware what nail polish you're using. If I was you, I would stop using acrylics, because your body's going to absorb that. Now, another little item here. Sugar paralyzes your immune system. 1 white blood cell in your body can eat 14 bacteria in a half an hour. When you consume a can of soda pop, it goes down to 10. If you have a brownie, it goes down to 5. If you have a dish of ice cream, it goes down to 1. I'm going to tell you one food, besides soda pop here in a minute, which we'll get to. I'll beat you up on this first. And I'm doing all this in love because I love you all so dearly. I'm trying to save you from killing yourself. Splenda comes from sugar. Hello. And you know what they do to the sugar? They chlorinate it. So when you take Splenda, you're basically taking an herbicide that you're putting inside of your intestine. Now they hide Splenda as a food ingredient because they call it sucralose. Sucralose is another name for Splenda. Now what I'm holding in my hand right now is a bottle of soda pop. Let's just pretend this is diet soda, because everybody always says, well, Dr. Bob, I eat diet soda. Well, diet soda ends up as this. You know what this is? This is embalming fluid. Now if you want to save your family some money and you've been drinking diet soda your whole life, just write a little statement. So the undertaking. I've been drinking diet soda for 42 years, and I want to save my family $600 of embalming fluid. It's already taken care of. Just split the money. I am just teasing, by the way, but I am serious about the embalming fluid. Diet soda ends up as embalming fluid in your body. The only thing worse than diet soda is high fructose corn syrup. Now, how many of you want to be fat forever? Of course you don't. Now, how many of you want to lose some weight? Of course you do. Now, there is something called high fructose corn syrup, HFCS. And I've been blessed that I've written 6 books. I have 2 more books coming out. My next book is going to be on weight loss. And one of the items I've learned about high fructose corn syrup, it stops a hormone in your body called leptin. Leptin tells you that you're full. Okay, well when you do high fructose corn syrup, guess what happens? Your body stops making leptin. I can tell you that Wendy's, the last time I heard about this, so if you work for Wendy's, don't get mad at me. The last I heard, Wendy Frosties have high fructose corn syrup in it. I can tell you ginger ale has fructose in it. So I want you to become aware of high fructose corn syrup. I know that you could go to the grocery store and buy a bottle of soda pop, and guess what? High fructose corn syrup. You want to stay away from that. Definitely could be an issue. Let's talk about some other challenges that could affect you with detoxification, and that is how you eat your food. How do you combine your food? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, if you have chronic digestive distress, if you are blood type A, all right, I happen to be blood type A, people who have blood type A have more digestive distress than people who are blood type O. Blood type O usually can handle pretty much everything. They're meat eaters. Well, blood type A have a challenge with that because of their digestive enzymes. Watch how you combine food. What does that mean? If you eat dinner tonight at 6 o'clock and you wake up tomorrow morning and it feels like your dinner is still in your stomach, guess what? It is. So, if you eat red meat and you have a potato with that, that can cause digestive distress because it's poor food combining. But if you have a piece of red meat, and red meat's not bad, you don't want to eat a lot of red meat, but if you eat red meat, have some beans with it. Have some cabbage with it because of